Nung I'm from Juthlanis. My Haida name is the one I found. My name is Sean Brennan, and I'm from Messet. This is Florence Creek. It's part of the Yagoon Gondlay protected area. So this area is like highly valuable culturally. First of all, there's a fish-bearing creek here. Salmon's a staple for our life. We have monumental cedars on this hillside. A lot of the time when you're looking at these old growth trees in an area like this, you'll come across spots where there's test holes, which is where they looked at the heart of the tree to see if it was rotten. And what they would do there is they'd cut a square into the stem of the tree, and often they would just like sort of see if it was rotten or not. But to test it, is what they said, is they took a smaller branch about this big and they'd jam it in there like a wedge, and they would bang on that wedged branch, and the sound that branch made when it was banged on against that tree determined whether it was going to be rotten throughout it or if it was good part way or whatever, right? So often you come across them and it just looks like they cut a square in the tree and that was it, right? You just like visually look at it. But that piece came from June Russ when they were doing interviews with her, and she talked about how she remembered going out with her uncles when she was a kid and like witnessed this stuff, right? This is a test hole that I described earlier. It's a non-intrusive way of harvesting the materials that you need, or looking to see if it's a potential for harvesting while still keeping the actual tree alive. You can see the tool mark here, the edge of the blade, and then here too. The oldest one I've seen had cultural modifications from the 1500s. So that particular one had been bark stripped 4 times in its lifetime, and the oldest one was older than Magna Carta. And they would actually even use scaffolding before they had metal tools, and put a ring of clay around above this sort of test hole, make a fire in the test hole, and then let the actual tree burn itself out, and then it would fall over from that. It would save a whole bunch of work, kind of thing. And in this particular area, there's maybe about 4 or 5 different stumps that are burnt out like that too. It depends on what you were using the log for, whether you were going to burn it or not. Like a canoe and that sort of thing, they often tried to keep it as intact as possible so that the pith of the tree didn't start to rot out, which is the center ring. I guess this is the stern. It's broken off now. Like this is it. When we have something that is made from cedar, you're supposed to let it go back into the earth when you're done with it. So whenever a totem pole falls over, you're supposed to just leave it, let it rot. Same thing's going to happen to this. Eventually this is just going to become part of the forest again, and these trees will end up taking root and growing up from it, like making it a nurse log, really, right? So sometime in the next 200 years, it's destined to just go back into the Mother Earth.